Well, hello, hello, my amazing Aquarius friends. This week on January 13th, we are doing your monthly or weekly, your weekly romantiscope, okay? Now, Aquarius, this relationship, no matter how long-standing or new it is, it's giving you a lot to think about Monday through Wednesday. There are days of discovery and creativity, of sudden insights that should have occurred to you already, and of compromise. In a relationship, it's inevitable, okay? Thursday or Friday, it occurs to you that this person has perhaps a different agenda than you thought. Dig a little, press them for details, and then this weekend go out and do something that blows your mind, that blows both of your minds, something you'll both be talking about afterwards. Oh, it's always good to just, talk to your significant other or the person you're wanting to court, and to ask them, what they like, because sometimes we take for granted that there are people around us and they always end up doing what we want to do, right? I mean, that's how most relationship fights and breakups start, is by, you know, say if you're like constantly on the game system, constantly watching movies, constantly indoors, you never want to go out and explore the world. You don't want to go talk to anybody. You just want to sit inside and do nothing. Well, that person that's taken time out of their life and energy to do that stuff with you, they're sacrificing, points, of their life. Every second to someone counts. I mean, you're not going to live forever, unless unless you're Dracula, which let's be honest, I don't think you are. But what I'm saying is that, okay, I knew someone who was married and their wife really loved The Notebook. This person constantly fought with their wife about how they, I don't want to see The Notebook. I don't want to see The Notebook. That's stupid. Don't even try to make me watch The Notebook. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I get it. Some people don't like The Notebook. Well, later on, after his wife left, and moved out, and he was telling me about this stuff, I mean, his grandfather had just died, and the guy had either dementia or Alzheimer's, and when you're older, you don't want to you don't want people to see you that way, where you can't remember who the hell they are, and it hurts them, and it hurts you, because that's your loved one. And deep and down inside their heart, they know who you are, but on the surface, it's like, who the hell are you, right? And nobody likes someone that they love to forget who they are. And so, I told this guy, I said, sit down and watch the movie. It's more than just a raunchy little, raunchy little number. It's a really good movie. It foretells, of course, a love story from the beginning up until the end. And most people, at first they're like, why is this old couple telling the story of these completely two different people, right? But what they don't get is that love story was written by the woman who has Alzheimer's, and she asked her husband, or maybe she had dementia, correct me if I'm wrong, they're close in the symptoms. You're gonna forget, and it's gonna get hard, and they're both eating your brain. So, but for her to, after she realized what was going on, she wrote their love story down, and she asked Noah, or Duke, as he gets older, his little nickname, to read it to her every day. That's dedication there, because, I mean, how many times has this poor guy reread their love story just to have her finally click at the end and come back to him, even for like 30 seconds, You know, and that is so hard on someone. But I mean, he loved her. That was his sweetheart. Even when his kids were like, "Hey, Sletter, rotten here. You know, come home. You know, you're missing out on, you know, the grandkids and you know, family outings." And he was like, "Oh, no, we raised your asses. You guys go live your life. I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna take care of your mom until her dying breath." Which, you know, and that's great. You know, he sacrificed his time and energy to always give to her. And at times, you know, she was selfish when she was younger to an extent, but then, you know, they both rubbed off on each other where she became less of a snob and appreciated the small things in life. I'm sorry, I have a hard time breathing, and so it comes out like a laugh. But what I'm saying is, that person, your sweetheart, or the person who's constantly by your side, you know, ask them what they want to do. You know, it doesn't hurt to flip off your alien movie or your games, you know, or you, like me, my cheesy Korean dramas, because they're always happy. I love them on K-drama. I'm a weirdo. But it doesn't hurt to sacrifice a little of your time. Do something they love doing. I mean, that means the world to someone when you turn to them and you're like, you know, what do you want to do? Where do you want to eat? You know? Like, you know, and make them something sweet to eat, too. I'm pretty sure your significant other, you know, would appreciate that. Do something, I don't know, really romantic. I used to pick my husband up after I got off work at Carl's Jr. and I was pregnant. I used to take, near my house, there was a skate park, and, you know, I like doing romantic, cheesy, cheap things. So I would make a dinner, grab a blanket, some candles, make sure the phone was charged. I go and pick him up from work, and we drive to the skate park. Nobody's there, you know. It's like 11 at night. Lay a blanket out. It's the beginning of summer, so it's not super cold. It's just barely getting nice and warm. And I set up our plates and turn on some romantic music, you know, and I treat him like he was the only one in the world. And he's the one who's like, he was like, well, you know, this isn't a real date. If I'm going to take you on a real date, it's going to cost money. And I'm the cheap one. And I'm like, well, you know, the little things that matter the most. You know, and we couldn't afford a lot at the time, but, I mean, home-cooked meal, some candles, you know, some romantic music. Preferably, Please Forgive Me by, I can't remember his name. Bryan Adams. I mean, he's got a beautiful voice. But, I mean, take time out of your day. Study your spouse. Ask them questions, you know. Ask them questions without seeming like a freaking weirdo. Be like, hey, you know, what's up? What's your favorite color? You know, and work. So that's a dumb question. Because if you've been with someone, or you're starting to be with someone, I mean, you'll start noticing it by paying attention to what they do. Even when you're not trying to pay attention, you're going to notice the small details. Anyway, I'm sorry for ranting on. I hope this helps. You guys have an amazing week. Whew, had a hard time breathing. Thank you so much, my dear Aquarius friends. My name is Libra Empress. Please hit subscribe, like, and share, and join me again for tomorrow's horoscope. Bye-bye.